Welcome to PPR Podcast number 105. My name is Rudy. It is brought to you, the star of the show is to my right. You missed 1 week. I forget your name.
I know.
Burt Grossman is the star of the show. He's also the president of the San Diego Strike Force, who, by the way, sponsors said podcast. Would you like to introduce our guest?
Damarrion White from Granite Hills, defensive end, outside linebacker, both, everywhere in the defensive line. Which one are you this year?
What are you? What position do you say you are?
Defensive end, edge rusher.
All right, you need to wake up. I can already tell you just woke up like 2 seconds ago. You need to wake up, drink some coffee, talk a lot.
Come on. This is a
prequel to be on the stage for the Silver
Yeah,
Priesthood.
if you're going to be up for Defensive Player of the Year, man, you got to
talk it up.
All right, so where are you right now? And is this a dead period, or are you guys training? How far before training camp opens?
As of right now, we're going into our second week of our dead period, and after this week, we'll be back to practice. But most people are just practicing on their own or just working out on their own. You know, getting that extra work in or whatever to perfect their craft for the season.
Do you, because I watch you, and to be totally honest, if you weighed 20 pounds more, you'd be a 5-star without a doubt. I mean, the way you move, the way you play. Are you bigger than 210 last year?
Last year, I don't believe so, but now I am.
What are you weighing now?
Around 230.
Oh, really?
Now, what's the metric? What's the number that scouts are looking for at your position? Is it 230 and above, or is it 250 and above? What are they looking for?
For outside linebacker, I think I'm right there. They're looking for 230, but if I want to continue to play at defensive end, just like a down-the-line defensive end, they're looking for around 250, 260.
What is it? So, because you move so well. I mean, is it mostly recruited? Is it talking about outside linebacker, defensive end, or a little of both?
They're mainly talking about outside linebacker. Me rushing off the edge, dropping back a little bit here and there, but yeah.
All right, now this is a stupid question. Don't roll your eyes at me. As an outside linebacker, there's some coverage responsibility, is there not? When like a back comes out of the backfield, you have to be able to run.
Damarrion can run.
So I mean, is that the? It seems to me like you have no problem chasing the guy with the ball and knocking him to the ground. Is the more difficult thing covering a guy coming out of the backfield? Now, I know there's hips and footwork that's involved. Is that more intricate?
No, I wouldn't exactly say so.
So what would you exactly say?
What would you say? Yeah. What?
I would say that dropping back is the easier part. Rushing against the tackle was the harder part.
Really?
You have to get around him.
Hold on. Let me help you out here. You talking about rushing back? You talking about dropping back in zone? I'm talking about man coverage on a back. You tried that yet?
Nah.
All right, that's why you think it's easier. You try that one when it comes out of the backfield.
Did you ever have to do any of that? Drop back? I mean, were they doing that then, where a guy would?
I did. You know what's funny? I did man coverage probably 2 times, and both times went for a touchdown, and both times was the same guy, Eric Metcalf. Once in college when he was at Texas, and once with the Cleveland Browns.
You were covering him?
Yeah, and he had a touchdown both times.
So, like, when you...
I went for the pick.
Were you a 4-3 end, or did you play 3-4, or how did...
No, I was a 4-3. So we'd have to draw on a blitz. We'd have to, get the back coming out.
Right.
It didn't go well. Yeah. I went for the pick, though. That's the reason why. I had coverage. I just went for the pick.
So you guys open up against Mission Hills, right?
Sure.
On Saturday, we might be able to break some big news as it relates to that game. Do you know about it yet? Have you heard?
No.
Okay, well, let's keep it quiet because we don't know for sure yet.
What is it?
Well, that game's just put it together. It's a Saturday game.
I can put it together. All right,
so...
we get to see Damarrion up and close. Personally.
Yeah, playing against Mission Hills. You don't... I'm going to guess in your career you've never played them before, right?
No, sir.
So what's that like? I mean, they're the big North County team that, man, they know how to knock heads. They're coming down. They're on paper it looks like they'll just make mincemeat of little old Granite Hills. What do you say to that?
That's not gonna happen. Honestly, after winning state or whatever, that was 2022. We're in a whole new year now. We have to let everybody know that it wasn't just a fluke, that we didn't just win state by accident or whatever. So we're coming hard this season. We're giving it everything we got because most of us on the team are seniors.
How many guys did you graduate last year? Did you lose a lot, or you bringing a lot back?
We brought a lot back. I don't even know how many guys graduated, but starters-wise, I want to probably say 5 to 6.
So that bodes well for a team that's going to be. So now, as a senior who's being recruited, does that naturally make you a leader in the group?
I would say so, yes.
And what is that? Is that something you're comfortable with?
Yes. I see a lot of people do look up to me, even if I'm not watching. I see that little kids they do ask me questions. Sometimes they hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. Or I was at Helix's 7-on-7 1-on-1, and one of their guys came over to me and was like, "What do you use for motivation, confidence? What do you like? What's your go-to move, and et cetera, like that?"
Answer those questions. What do you use for motivation? What is your go-to move?
My go-to move, first things first, I just use my speed on the outside, just a speed rush, just to see how the offensive tackle moves. And if I can get around inside or do a spin move or, use my hands, double swipe, etc. Motivation is not to be put on my ass. That's my motivation. My motivation is just to come out, get everything I got. I don't know who's watching me, so the more exposure, the better. And just to be the best that I can be. Compete.
Do you guys watch PPR? What do you guys think, like when you watched last year and Paul would say, "Get off my Parlan"? what was the reaction on the team for "Get off my Parlan"? That was probably the worst thing I ever heard in this show.
Rolled our eyes and then just stopped.
Be careful now, son. Be careful. I control your airtime, and you might want to show a little restraint here.
Get off my Parlan.
That was a great line.
It was. I had to bring that up. I'm sorry. Is Parlan coming back? Do I have to hear that again this year?
Nah, he's not coming back. He's he just, I think, last week went to his first week, Santa Barbara City College, I believe it's called, SBCC.
Mm-hmm.
So he just started his first week last week, and he seems to be enjoying it out there.
So you narrowed down to Arizona, Oregon State, and I think it was Washington, right? And then you were supposed to commit like last week, and then you canceled the commitment dramatically on Twitter. Why? How come you didn't commit?
Because there's even though spots are filling up, I did take it into consideration with everything that people have been telling me the last 2 months, whether it be random people, coaches, just players. I want to bet on myself. I feel like, and I know that if I show out this season, or when I show out this season, I will get better opportunities to go to better schools on the East Coast. East Coast is where I want to play.
Why do you want to play on the East Coast?
The football's better there.
Wow. All right. So you want to go to Pitt? You want to go to Pitt?
Yeah, he doesn't want to go to Pitt.
You want to go to Pitt, right?
No.
We know.
Hey, I have an idea. When it's time to commit, why don't you do it live on KUSI?
Bet. For sure.
Bet means yes, just because you don't know the hip talk. I know. So
You got to speak to me like,
yeah.
Come on.
He doesn't know.
So, no, I'm being serious. You want to do it?
He said bet. That means yes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, a lot of kids say yes, and then I'll read about it on Twitter. So you're saying you're going to commit on You're committing. You're looking me in the eye right now and say you'll commit on KUSI Live.
Sure.
Are you happy now?
Oh, I'm happier than when he was making fun of me just a little while ago.
All right. So you keep saying East Coast, and you're looking for.
So does that mean Alabama or what? There's a lot of East Coast. What are you talking about? You want to be in the SEC?
Yes, SEC, Big Ten, like schools like Texas A&M that are on the up and up. Alabama is my dream school, so of course Alabama. Penn State, Florida State, Miami, Tennessee. Even though they did beat my team last year, and I don't like them. Tennessee, and yeah, teams like that.
Hey, can I ask?
Hold up. Did you say Penn State and not Pitt?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Cut this camera.
Guess where he went to school?
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, young man.
Yes, sir.
Wait, did you tell him you went to Washtenaw Community College? That's an option too. Washtenaw Community College in Wisconsin. You can go there. That's where Paul went.
I'm getting angry now.
All right, I'm sorry.
You don't like me when I get angry. Hey, so then what has to happen this year? I mean, how refined is the recruiting process? Do you have to have a 30-sack season for Alabama to take notice of you? Do you just have to grow, add 20 pounds to your frame for Alabama to notice you? What has to happen for schools like that you just mentioned to take note of you and say, you know what, what kind of year do you have to have?
Go out, show out, play every game like it's my last game. Like I have everything on the line because I do have everything on the line. And come to work, come to compete, prove that I'm the best.
And like I said earlier, I watch you play and I watch your camp things. You're 6'4", and like I said, if you were 250, you'd be a 5-star recruit. The way you move, your natural pass rusher with everything you do. I think it's just more that. Can you gain 10 pounds?
Yes. They believe that freshman year, if I do decide to redshirt, that I could gain 20 pounds easily. And then, like I was just at this camp on Saturday, Kenny Clark's camp. Jordan Campbell, winner circle, he thinks that I could get plus 50 pounds. Not plus 50 pounds, plus 20 pounds before even I go to college my freshman year.
What do you think, Paul?
So,
well, I'm curious. What is your how much? Give us an idea. What's your caloric intake in a day? Are you a big eater?
Yeah, I'm a big eater, but sometimes I feel like that I can't eat. Like I'll eat breakfast or whatever, and then like if I'm like really extremely full, I can go throughout lunch and dinner and not eat.
Wow. So that's what you have to avoid, right? You can't get bigger. You can only lift so many weights. You have to. Yes, you have to eat like Bert.
I don't eat at all. That's funny because you know what? I saw when you didn't do your commitment, and with the transfer portal, everybody says if you have a great offer or great offers, you have 3 great schools right there to take it. But I kind of agree with you. Because everybody sees you still as because you were skinny last year. You're like 6'4", 210. Everybody just sees you as a skinny kid. But if you watch you play, all you have to do is gain 20 pounds. You can go wherever you want. You agree?
So my plan was to start this season at 225, and then as colleges came out or whatever, and like some of them wanted bigger or whatever, I just decided to up that. So I wanted to start this season at 230, which we still have, I think, like a month of summer left before our first game. And I am on track to be more than 230, probably about at least 235 before the season starts. And then with us practicing and stuff, I'll probably go down like 5 pounds, 10 pounds cushion weight. So I'll be at that 225, 230 pounds edge rusher.
You do any other sports, or is it just football?
I did track sophomore year, and then I didn't do it last year because I was afraid of it affecting my weight.
Fair enough. When does name, image, and licensing money and it just blows me away that I'm talking about money with a young recruit, but it's now a reality in your life. When those recruiting conversations happen, how long does it take for NIL to come up?
When you're on the phone really with the coach, it doesn't come up at all. But when you go, say, on your official visit, the first days mainly are more about education. And I would say it's probably
He froze.
Uh-oh.
Maybe he's in deep thought.
Oh, there we go. He's back. All right, you were saying you were talking about NIL money and you froze. So take it again. We missed what you said. How long does it take for it to come up in a conversation?
I would say probably about the third day if you're on a visit or official visit when they actually talk about it and they just give you a whole bunch of information about it. I would say it probably takes the first day, probably like the third or fourth meeting.
Wow.
Because I'm curious how. Because you said they do like education. When I went on visits, they never did any of that stuff. And kind of it, now you can go to like official visits, go to games. We couldn't do any of that before. Is that something you want to do? Like actually go to a game and check out the atmosphere game day at the school before you pick it?
Yeah, that's why I also am gonna go to. I'm gonna do a game day visit at UW because I haven't taken an official visit yet. I'm gonna do a game day official visit at UW.
Let me help Paul out real quick. Hold on. UW's University of Washington.
Yeah, I know. He's talking with. Because I could see you playing for my Badgers, dude. I mean,
bet
they would love to have you.
Bet. Sorry.
Hey, so is the NIL thing something you dream about, or is that just periphery? That something Bert and I talk about, and you're just more involved in the football thing of it?
Probably the football thing of it. Mainly NIL is just for. It's like the NFL, not for long. It's just here for now. But either you put your focus and your mind into that, or you can put your focus and mind into the game, into your craft, to getting better, so that you do get all that money and more, etc., in the future instead of right there and there.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
All right, I have to ask you this because I ask everybody this. San Diego State, were they ever on the list?
Nah.
No? Did they offer?
No,
Did they offer you?
Yes, they did.
And it was a nah. Wow.
Hey,
you're trying to get out of here.
Well, I mean, if you
want
want to
wait, hold up. You ever been to Alabama before you think you want to go there? You ever been there?
Yeah, I've been there when I was a kid, when I was very little. Never went to the college yet, but yeah. Are
you a San Diego native, or did you come from are you from here?
Born and raised in San Diego.
All right, cool.
All right, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give you some advice. Don't take it for granted, because you see all these schools on TV, and then you get there, and you're like, why did I come here?
Well, I'll tell you this, it's a different lifestyle. I mean, but I'm told they take their football pretty seriously.
They do. But I'm just saying, if you brought up Penn State, if you ever been to State College, you're not going to like it.
All right, you're obviously going to be a sought-after recruit. You are a sought-after recruit. What is your thought about the NC2A transfer portal? It seems now all these colleges are loading up with transfers, and suddenly you guys are, as a recruit, you're a second-class citizen. You're an afterthought. Is that reality, or do you feel like there's still a lot of scholarships going to recruits?
I'm probably in the middle on it. I do feel like a lot of athletes are getting scholarships, but I know that if the transfer portal wasn't a thing, that more athletes would be getting scholarships. College coaches say that a lot when they come to schools or whatever like that, when they talk on the phone. They mention the transfer portal a lot and how it's mainly hard on us because it's a thing now. But yeah.
Is that a thing you get from the college coaches, like pressure to commit because they say, we have this guy in transfer portal, we have this guy, we only have so many high school kids. You get a lot of pressure to make a decision right away because of the portal?
No, I mainly have pressure to commit because of how many spots they have and how many people they've offered.
All right.
And is that something you're painfully aware of with every school, everybody that calls you? Is that the first thing you do is go to the roster to see who's there, who's coming? Is that information available to you?
Yeah, the information is available to me. Yes, it is.
Do you take that into consideration? Because it used to be like, I don't care who's going there. I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. I don't care if 5 stars Joey's going there. I'm not.
I have took it in.
Really? Because you want to play?
Yes, sir.
You want to play as quickly as possible. I get that. Hey, could you talk to kids that are watching this? That, we take it for granted, but they're younger kids that are, especially in the Granite Hills area, that know you. They look up to you like the way I look up to Bert. He's, you guys are playing at the game at a level that a lot of us just dreamed of playing it at. What's your message to them?
If you have a passion, if you have a dream, to go with it, stick with it, never give up. No matter how many people doubt you, how many people think you're bad at it, and just to give it your all, because you don't know who's watching and who thinks that you have potential to be who you are.
Man, you stole that from Al Pacino in Any Given Sunday, didn't you? That sounded familiar. You sure you didn't?
All right, who have you hit the hardest so far? What's the best stick you've had in your high school career? Who remembers your name?
I want to probably say recently, probably the running back from San Ramon, the state game.
You got him good?
I hit him good. I hit him in the backfield, tackle for loss. I think helmets went to helmet. We ended up falling. I'm not gonna lie. I woke up off the floor. I opened my eyes and I was like, "What the heck is going on?" And then, I just got back.
And who's hit you the hardest where you thought, whoa, I don't want to tackle him again?
Honestly, I would say it's probably my own teammate. I wasn't even tackling him. I was just standing right there at the pod out of nowhere. He just came and just hit me, and I was just on my ass. So I was like, what the heck?
It was friendly fire?
Yeah, it was on accident, though. He missed what he was doing and just hit me.
And the people in your life who, I mean, you're in the podcast. You're one of 105 people that have been in this podcast. A lot of them are upper echelon athletes. Who's responsible for you being where you are right now?
I would probably say my mother.
Talk about her.
I mean, she just gives me everything I need, everything I want. I mean, not everything I want, but she mainly gives me everything I need. She shows me how to have a work ethic, how to be a strong parent, and also to keep up with my money, keep track with it. She takes me to practices all the time. She takes me anywhere I need to be so that I have an opportunity to succeed, to get better, to better myself. And she's just that strong role model.
Cool. What's your mom's name?
LaTanya Davis.
LaTanya. I'm gonna use this clip when we do our recap. Young man, I'm gonna text you my phone number so that when it comes time, 24/7, you call me. We'll do it right here live on KUSI. Or wherever you want to do it. If you want to do it at school, we'll bring a camera there. We'll do it live there. But we want to share the moment with you if you'll let us.
Yes, sir.
Well, none of us Penn State.
I don't care where it is.
I do.
Even if it's UW. There's the UW is Wisconsin, dude, and that's where you should go. What are you going to study?
Business.
Makes sense. You got to count all that money, right?
Yes, sir.
Like you.
All right.
Bet.
Bet. Young man, thanks for
do
waking
one more just for the closeout, dude. Get off my Parlan. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, get off my Parlan!
Oh, God. Damarrion, I'm sorry. You should have stayed asleep. You should have stayed asleep.
Come on, admit it. When the first time you heard it, you thought it was hysterical.
No.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
I was looking
That was
forward
probably
to
the worst thing
I
ever.
was looking forward to this conversation. And, all right, young man, turn off your machine. The podcast is over. Oh, hey, do me a favor. Send me. Can you give my cell phone number?
Yeah, I'll give me your cell.
Send me some pictures of your mom so we can put it up on. When we put our cuts up, okay?
All right.
You and your mom together, and I appreciate you getting up early for us.
You're welcome.
PPR Podcast 105 is over. Turn off the machines.